Hey, good morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP. We are North Georgia's only live online morning show. Um, if you're watching any of the media, yesterday afternoon, I got Fetcher News. We got a message, and someone said, I don't know if you cover national news on some things, but is there any truth to Kobe Bryant? That was early in the afternoon yesterday before the internet really started lighting up. And I went online and I looked, and yes, the sad, tragic news of I'm looking for a picture of the sad, tragic news of the helicopter crash. Um, it is obvious in everything, and I want to put up number 49. Okay. It is obvious in every picture. It's obvious in everything you're seeing over from yesterday to this morning. Kobe had an amazing relationship. My takeaway is an amazing relationship with his daughter. And I'm not trying, folks, I'm not trying to look for, this is very sad, a bright side in any way. But the two of them will spend eternity together. And Kobe and your daughter, I didn't get the name. Um, our hearts go out with you. This young man going into um, number 61. February 8th, 1998, 18-year-old young man, remembering Kobe Bryant from 78 to 2020. And number 62 with Tim Russert. And Tim Russert talks to him. This is a great interview if you ever get an opportunity to watch it. Tim Russert, and I watched it this morning, talks with Kobe Bryant. Now, Kobe, strong parents in the home, mom and dad. Older sisters, I understand, don't want to get anything wrong. And Tim Russert talks to him about having a strong family network and being 18. Now he went, this goes back to 1998. This is when it was unheard of to go straight from high school into the NBA. So this young man, great career. We could spend, and some shows will spend the entire day, bringing up, highlighting the great career of Kobe Bryant. So our hearts are broken this morning as a nation, and it's I think 40 years old, and it just things like this just give you that reality of life is short. And it's very sad news this morning. So thoughts and prayers to the entire Bryant family this morning. All right, so moving right along, let's go back to our FYN TV logo there for a minute. This is the way you catch us on, you can catch us on social media, phone number, and email address. It is, I think, is the Super Bowl in South Florida? I don't know where the Super Bowl's at. I'm going to tell you this. Don't get mad, okay? Don't tune me out. I have not watched, I know the Pro Bowl was yesterday. I've not watched an NFL football game this year. And it's not totally out of I just had it with these multimillionaires and their protests. There's several things that have taken place in my life in the last 4 months in my family and so on that, I have been a little busy doing some other things and working at FYN. To really spend my Sundays watching football throughout the season. So I have not watched one single game. I think, is it the 49ers are in the Super Bowl, and who else? I don't know right off. But I hope all the Uber drivers in South Florida do well this week. So it's Super Bowl week. I've not been invited to any Super Bowl parties. So if I get invited to a Super Bowl party, first, if it's a decent party, I got to judge that. I got a criteria, okay, on Super Bowl parties. One, who invited me? I know what you're thinking right now. How arrogant, what a jackass. But it's true. Life is, So anyhow, there's two roads. Who do I want to spend time with, and who wants to spend time with me? Just saying. Just saying. Number 73. Just saying, okay? Just saying, all right? Just saying, bro. I'm just saying, bro. So, first of all, who wants to spend time with me? So, who invites me to the Super Bowl party? That's one. Check that off. By that, I know what kind of, I'm really in it for the food. I mean, cheese dips, all the spread. Then I have to have the guest list. I'm a real jackass. I got to have the guest list. And then I'm like, who can I take 4 hours with? I know it's a two-way street, bro. Just saying, bro. Just saying it's a two-way street. I get it. But can I tolerate 4 hours? Because I don't drink. And I could tolerate some people, having fun, getting some cocktails, adult beverages, and they're enjoying themselves. But some people I cannot. So I got to do that. Those are the two main criteria. Then we'll see what happens. 3, who's having the party? What is the food, buffet style, wings? What's the deal? Okay, what all I got to bring, and who do I have to tolerate drunk for 4 hours? But then there's no dilemma. I haven't been invited to a damn thing. So there you go. All right, we've already burned up way too much time this morning. Now, will the earth rock under? We're going to talk about this. I predict, let's go for number 4. Okay. Will the earth rock under the Georgia State Capitol? I know we got a lot. Well, you're already 8 minutes in and you haven't brought up John Bolton, in the New York Times releasing a bombshell. Okay. So who out there is shocked that on Monday morning, as Pat Cipollone prepares to go boom and just go and let you know why the Bidens are of people of interest. Well, how's the case going, Sarge? Well, we have some persons of interest. Those would be the Bidens. They're not arrested yet, but they are persons of interest. So I understand you're saying, when I'm going to do it, I promise. I just want to bring this up, okay? All right, the Georgia State Capitol, there's 2 things. I will not be here tomorrow. Now, I'm not for sure what we're going to do on the show tomorrow, how we're going to handle the show. I'm going down to the Georgia State Capitol, all right? Rumor is that Congressman Doug Collins will be the chaplain of the day at the House of Representatives in the Georgia State Capitol. And this is going to be debated at 3 o'clock. And what is this, you ask? Jungle primary, okay? So on Monday, January 27th, that would be today, HB 757, relating to primaries and elections generally, so as to provide for the determination for qualifying periods and special elections, to provide for voter registration deadlines and special primary runoffs and any other election runoff held in conjunction with a special primary runoff. I wonder if this will be trying to end jungle primaries today, 3 o'clock. I'm going down tomorrow. I understand. I'm just looking at everything between the budget and between this one getting an increase and this one getting a decrease and this one crying and that one crying. I mean, it's all the way down to check your weave at the door. I'm not lying. We're going to get into this. This is hair discrimination. Number 2. I swear this is going to be a lot of fun today, okay? Number 2, Georgia Democratic lawmakers seek to end the hair discrimination. Well, you need to check that weave at the door. Can you have a policy, a dress code in your company? Can you say you got to keep it above the ears? Keep it above the ears, Junior. Sport jacket. There you go. No jeans, no jeans. What's interesting is the bill would actually change the House rules also, because the House rules, you're not allowed on the House floor with jeans on. But yeah, we'll go into that. Snatch that. I'm just saying. Number 73. Every time I say just saying, have 73 ready to go up there if it's even 2 or 3 seconds. I'm just saying, bro. Just saying, bro. This is my new one. The 2 bros rolling down. Just saying, bro. Just saying. All right. So anyhow, what will that mean? Number 7. Then you have Congressman Doug Collins. I will talk about it later. Do you think Congressman Doug Collins will run for Senate? And I say yes. Now, jokingly, I've told a lot of people have asked me, do you think he'll run for Senate? Here's my answer, okay? If I'm at the casino, which I never am, I didn't have time to roll out to Vegas this weekend or Atlantic City, or even to take a riverboat cruise in Gulfport. It's a Gulfport, Mississippi, whatever. So if I'm a gambling man and I got $200, I put $180 that Collins will run. I hold $20 back. Because once I'm broke, if I lose, I may need a Coca-Cola or something or be able to eat at the buffet. So I'm going to hold the 20 back. I'll put 180 that Collins runs. I will just say this, okay? I would be tuned in tomorrow night. Let's go with number 6. I would be tuned in tomorrow night to Sean Hannity. Now, I think Congressman Doug Collins will be a guest on Hannity's show tomorrow night. I'm going to suggest everybody tune in tomorrow night. I don't know anything. I really don't. I can't confirm nothing. I can confirm or deny. I love that one, right? On a roll. So here he is, Doug Collins. Now, I said this in my opening, if you're on social media, what will Governor Brian Kemp think of this? Now, I have told everybody, I will be public. If Congressman Collins comes out and says, I am running for Senate, then he will have the endorsement of the President of the United States. Right here on this show, right here at the same time last week, same time, same bat channel last week, I asked the congressman, hey, there's a little anxiety here. People are anxious in the 9th district. There are people calling me saying they are going to run or may run. Can't confirm or deny. Because I'm going to tell you, if Collins, let's go to number 7. Collins drops the bombshell, a real bombshell, tomorrow night. Just say it if he does, or soon. Then the next day, the 9th district, it's going to be interesting. All right, interesting. There you go. So I think that Doug Collins, now I think here, interesting, let's get back. Okay, let's go to number 5, Kelly Loeffler. That's your new senator. I love this picture for a reason. If you could focus in on the gaze that House Speaker David Ralston is giving, you notice everybody else is, oh, I'm so excited, I'm so excited. I don't see the applause. Maybe I'm missing it from House Speaker Ralston. I mean, there's an old saying, pictures have 1,000 words. I'm just saying, Kemp is all excited. And her husband there in the end, Jeffrey Speecher, they're all excited. Kelly. She's a Kelly girl. You can't make this stuff up. So, but the picture of Ralston zoning in is interesting. Okay. Now, I will tell you this, HB 757, for all of those that loathe David Ralston, House Speaker of Georgia, for all of those that love David Ralston, for all of those that can take or leave David Ralston, sources say, and many have yelled on social media, it doesn't come to the floor. Go years back, it doesn't come to the floor unless Ralston wants it to come to the floor. Keep that in check. All those years past, why we have a bill and Ralston's holding it up and won't let it on the floor. So if HB 757 goes to the floor for a vote, just saying. What did I tell you? Just flip there for 2 seconds. Destiny, you're doing an amazing job. Just saying. There you go. Just saying, bro. All right, now go back. Let's see how that works. Go right back to where I left it. I know I'm throwing a curve. There you go. Way to go. Okay, so Kelly, there is. So what would Governor Brian Kemp think if this comes to the floor and passes? What will he do with it on his desk? Here's one other question. I'm going to go to break. We're going to come right back, and we are going to talk about, okay, the mustache, Bolton. I got it. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Pat Cipollone. We're going to talk about the president's attorneys today. They're not defending the president. There's words here. They're not defending, and they're not really answering the floor managers. Weren't they amazing? Did you watch any of the Sunday shows? Why, the floor managers were amazing. The way Schiff wrapped it up. The way Schiff looked and said, you've got to do this for the democracy. All the bull crap. All right, so we'll get back to that. But, okay, this is one I want to know. They glossed right over this morning. Okay. Let me find it here. Number 56. Okay. Mike Lee is in the background of this one. Coretta Scott King, is that her name? Martin Luther King's granddaughter. Is it his granddaughter? I'm going to get it correct here. But there's President Trump speaking last Thursday at the first president in history to publicly speak at the pro-life, okay, march last Thursday. President Trump, we are preserving faith-based adoption. Something happened in Tennessee, right? Governor Brian Kemp, are you watching this? Man, there's a lot going on. Yes, and we will get to the mustache right here. And you got to always have number 24. I mean, we're all on edge waiting to hear what Mitt Romney will say. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. Rob Jones, the commission chair in Pickens County. When you acknowledge someone like David Schaus, and I don't want to say someone like, I want to apologize because I don't want to get in the middle of, well, he said someone like. When you acknowledge your opponent, you make news out of it. And I have to report it, just letting you know. Take us a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, one nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
And we're back, folks. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. And it's Super Bowl week, right? Super Bowl week. And hope everybody is getting ready to have a great, I know it's like a national holiday, but not everybody watches. There you go. There's all the ways you can follow us on social media, my email address, and text message me. So just in time. Okay, just in time. I mean, in a nick of time. Drops on a Monday when the president's team. Now, let's think about this. Now, Bolton, the mustache, right? Let's go here. All right, they're all over it. They love it. Bolton is, there it is, number 32. Okay. Bolton's books, Revelations, reignite calls for witnesses. Okay. Now, there's a manuscript. Did you get the manuscript? Is it in the mail? Okay. Leaked by the New York Times. No sources, no names. Now, the manuscript is sent, all right? And I'll never forget, I like, oh, man, what's his name now? Okay. I will get one of the books during the break. But I was watching Imus one morning, and this author, a writer, was on that was he CIA kind of stuff, right? And he was explaining to Imus how, and this goes back years ago. This is way pre-Trump, because both of these gentlemen are dead now, and so he was explaining to Imus how he had to send his manuscript to the White House, and it had to go through all the national security, okay, all the national security checks to make sure that something was not revealed that should not have been, or that he had not found out something he should not know. So when you write when these guys get out, now Bolton has a book, let's be clear. There's a couple things we want to be clear with. What you are hearing today is not under oath, okay? Not under oath. What you're hearing today should not move the needle of witnesses, okay? Should not move, should not move the needle of witnesses, okay? And we don't know. Biden at this, no, I mean, the Bolton, the mustache at this time, is saying we never send anybody else the manuscript but the White House, or, the White House, the government. So when these guys write a book, these guys and gals write a book, they have to send the manuscript to the White House. They have to have it scoured through NSA, National Security, okay, whatever. They have to have it scoured to make sure there's no confidential, there's no top secret, there's nothing that can get out. I mean, this is not Hillary. Hillary just sent damn text, don't care how top secret it is. This is not Hillary Clinton. But they're supposed to send the manuscript in, and it gets vetted for executive privilege, all the above, because there's years. There's a certain amount of years that you cannot speak of. There's things that you're getting released to you today that Congress puts moratoriums on that are from JFK. I mean, some of you felt, we'll stay with that kind of language, that JFK was murdered by the mob / our own government. Some of you felt that. Some of you feel now more than ever JFK was murdered by the mob / our government. All that being said, these guys and gals cannot release these books until the manuscript's been gone through. So that's where they're at. Bolton has a manuscript that's not been vetted. Keep this in mind, not been vetted for national security or any other way. Now you have, okay, Adam Schiff should, and Jerry Nadler should be out screaming, not that Bolton, okay, not that John Bolton is a fact witness, a firsthand. You're going to hear Bolton is a firsthand. Firsthand, he was there. Why, Mick Mulvaney said, when the president's on the line with his attorney, I walk away. But we got a firsthand. Firsthand. We've been looking for this. All hands on deck. You got anybody? We got Bolton. So I want to be very clear, and I hope I can articulate this. A manuscript that has not been vetted through the White House at this time for national security interest, right? This guy has got some stuff, national security interest. But it makes it to the New York Times, leaked to the New York Times, and put out, and everybody's saying, reignites call for witnesses. I think Schiff and Nadler should be out there screaming, oh my God, look at what the New York Times has done, because we have been telling you for weeks and months that Trump's discussion with President Zelensky is a matter of national security. So, but it's okay. So the Bolton knows, the mustache knows that everything that they put out on the New York Times will be cut. They won't be able to ask about it. And if the guy becomes a witness, okay, if he becomes a witness, it is going to be so boring. If they call witnesses and the mustache shows up, it's going to be so boring. Because one, he has a book out. He wants you to buy his book. Now, the Democrats know it's not going to come out. All right, let's go to 33, the House prosecutors. The prosecutors. Here's a note from the prosecution. There can be no doubt now, no doubt, that Mr. Bolton directly contradicts the heart of the president's defense and therefore must be called as a witness as the impeachment trial of President Trump. Why, there's no doubt, and not a doubt in my mind. It's beyond a reasonable doubt, no matter how you look at it. The mustache must. All right. They don't want witnesses. I said it from day one. I'm going to stay with they don't want witnesses. I'm going to stay it wraps up with no witnesses. I'm going to stay that it sounds so controversial. And I'm going to say tomorrow at 11 o'clock, Pat Cipollone closes it down, said I didn't need all the time because how much time do you have to need? I mean, they just over and over and over. Play that song again, all right? Remember that when the song first came out in the 70s and you put the needle right on that song and you played it and then you played it again, and damn, after so long, some of you broke the record. Anyhow, moving right along. what they want to do is maybe by 2 tomorrow, there's a vote for witnesses. And after there's a vote for witnesses, there's a vote maybe tomorrow. I don't know. But this thing's going to be over. I doubt Bolton will testify. And I'll tell you why. He just wants to ham up the books. If Bolton testifies and we get nothing, and it's a Robert Mueller nothing burger, it's a nothing burger if he does, and he testifies, right? Then we have Biden, whistleblower, Eric Charmella, I will say it. Biden's son, Hunter. Why a fact witness, Adam Schiff. Oh, yeah. I don't think they want witnesses. I've said it. I've stayed with it. Now, I want to say something before I go to break, and I'm going to take a quick break because I want to keep on this, but this is not a joke. I'm not saying this is a joke, okay? Now, I tell you, let me move this. Let me move this, okay? I tell you, I grew up in New Jersey. I know. And, I talk about the pizzeria, okay? Now, how did it become a pizza parlor? The pizzeria, So you stop by the pizzeria today. Yeah, stopping by. I'm going to say hello. And I grew up in a neighborhood that from German to Jewish to Italian, okay? So I say this for a joke, okay? Number 74, my brother Jerry, and I've told you I grew up next to the Nicolosis, right? Look at that pizza, damn it. Holy mackerel. Best pizza in the country. Jerry stopped by. It ticked me off. I go on Facebook and there it is. And then there's the I tell you, then there's number 75. Then there's Anna Nicolosi. I was just there. I must have missed you. All right. Okay. Jerry, my brother. Yeah, Dominic told us you were just there. Right. So what I'm saying is I'm used to going into a real pizzeria where the Italian pizza maker, how racial is this? He's got, what do they call it? They call it a white beater. I don't know. I don't like that. But the white beater t-shirt, flour all over, the half apron. And this guy right here, okay? And the reason I lead that, this guy right here, when you watch this guy, it cracks me up because you can't tell me number 36, okay? Every time I see Pat Cipollone, okay, every time I see this guy, White House counsel, Pat Cipollone, all right? Now, Pat is from, Cipollone's father was an Italian immigrant and factory worker, all right? He spent most of his childhood in the Bronx. Something about it says to me, every time I see this guy, that through college, somebody was opening the door and say, Cipollone, give me a slice with an orange soda. And he was going like this with the flour. I got money on. I don't care how silly you think this is, because I could care less what the Democrats are doing. This could be so silly to you, but I got money on that when Cipollone's off, he can twirl a pie in the air. I got money on that. Cipollone, I want a slice with an orange soda. Every time I see the guy, I want to order a slice. I love the guy. I love the president's defense. I called it defense. Oh, my God. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead. Kick off 2020 with huge savings at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Like a new 2020 Chevy Colorado, now discounted up to $6,300. Or get a new 2020 Equinox, now discounted up to $8,400. The selection is big, and the savings are huge on every car, truck, and SUV. During the 2020 kickoff sale at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, 1 nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
Hey, we're back, folks. I'm your host, BKP. Do you remember this? Are you old enough? Do your kids know? Do they understand? Just saying, do they understand? The thumb goes up, car goes by. Hitching a ride. Hitching a ride. Do your kids know anything about that? Did you ever hitch a ride to town? My God, things have changed. That's one of those, hitching a ride. I have not seen anybody on the side of the road hitching a ride in years. Hitching a ride. Okay, so the mustache. I'm your host, BKP. The mustache is out and rolling. So let's go with this right here. Let's see what we have here. Where is the mustache? Let's go through some of the things that are happening out there. Now, let's go to number, Schiff will pay a price, number 19. Their nerves are all shot. Well, the Trumpster's from New York. And he does drug deals and he talks like a gangster, and Schiff will pay a price for impeachment. Adam is nervous. Adam! All right, so let me say this. So, just in time for Monday morning. Now, if you did not, we could spend the time. If you did not hear the president's lawyers Saturday for about 2 hours, just eviscerate, shred up the Democrats over and over, sensationalizing two bogus impeachment charges. And, Pat Cipollone continues to say that they want to take the president off the ballot. They can't beat Donald Trump. In November of this year, when you go to the polls, more Americans will pull the lever, I call it the lever, in states that have more electoral votes that Trump needs to be reelected. But now Schiff in California and Nadler in New York, they know. It's interesting. Schiff, California, and New York want to run our country, and a couple here and there. But let's say they get outside the box. Let's say Colorado. Let's say Utah. Let's say Iowa, Idaho. Let's say some other states, North and South Dakota, are running the show, and not New York and California. So anyhow, just in time this morning, Pat Cipollone, Jay Sekulow, let me get to them. I got to get to them. They did an amazing job Saturday. Okay. And we could take all kinds of time this morning working on this. Okay, let's go to number 36, Pat Cipollone. Okay. Hey, Pat Cipollone. Hey, Pat, I want a slice and an orange soda. Sorry, can't do it. Anyhow, so Pat Cipollone, White House counsel, amazing job Saturday. We're going to get you out of here. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to meddle in the upcoming elections, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you out of here in time. He's looking directly at Bernie Sanders. I'm going to get you out of here in time so you can go and beat up a little bit on Saturday afternoon, get the first flight out. Hey, can I get the first flight out to Iowa? It's got 4 stops. I'll have to do it, okay? So anyhow, we're going to get you out of here so you can get the first flight to Iowa, and you can spend the rest of the afternoon tonight and all day tomorrow and all the way to 1 o'clock Sunday. Get a little sleep. We know you just had a heart attack, Bernie, but we are going to interfere in the upcoming election and let you go slap Biden around a little bit as the front runner. So, we're going to interfere in the elections by letting you go to Iowa. Wow. So Pat Cipollone had 2 hours, which I did watch. Number 37, Michael Popora, right? Is that his name? All right. He drove the delivery truck at the pizzeria, okay? Deputy White House counsel, Michael Popora. Amazing job. They actually highlighted, the sentence right before the Democrats, floor manager sentence. They left out that Trump was saying, let's meet in Poland. Maybe we can go to Poland. and meat. You know, I think Angela Merkel, you know, others are not pulling their weight, and they left that part out that actually Trump was talking about everybody in foreign aid starting to pull their weight, you know? And hey, you know what? We don't want to send the money over. The reality is, and this is a done over and it's redundant now, Carter Page and the FISA abuse, they're lining up. Attorneys are begging Carter Page, we're going to pay out. Our government's going to pay out millions. You think Sandman, the kid at last year, and he was at this year's March for Life that CNN just settled with, Washington Post will settle, but they're trying to do an undisclosed deal or something like that. These companies are going to settle. Do you think, okay, that all of that getting settled, all right, that President Trump did not ask and say, look, corruption, you will, Carter Page, you are getting ready to, the American people, your tax money, pay out millions, maybe hundreds of millions for what happened to Carter Page. And it is going to continue. Yes, they spied on the president, as people like to, and I can't get stuck on this road. People like to talk about, well, that does not mean they spied on Trump. Yes, if they get a FISA warrant on you this morning, then that means they can come up with a legitimate reason to keep up with, look into, and watch maybe the phone calls or anyone surrounding you. So although they don't have, quote, a Donald Trump FISA warrant, they have yours, which gives them every right, as they feel, to survey illegal surveillance of candidate Donald J. Trump. Now, moving right along, Michael did an awesome job, and Jay Sekulow, okay, Jay Sekulow. Now, number 38. Now, what they're talking about is they dropped the Bolton. Why did they not drop, okay, John Bolton's bombshell Friday? Why not? Why did the Democrats, they had 24 hours. Why did the New York Times not drop the Bolton bombshell? Okay. Because number 22, okay, number 22, Republicans rally around Trump's defense. I didn't hear a shred of evidence. I didn't hear anything that changed my mind. And then it's getting physical and dirty. Then there's number 23, Rick Scott. Senator Rick Scott said, today the White House team presented facts, not partisan rhetoric and innuendo. Put simply, Adam Schiff got kneecapped. There they are. Schiff's going to pay a price. He got kneecapped. That's an old thug reference. Why, that's one of those gangster mob type language. You remember? So he got kneecapped. All right, now we know, okay, we come out this, we have a statement from you-know-who, number 24, Mitt Romney. I think it's very likely I'll be in favor of witnesses, but I haven't made a decision finally yet. I won't until the testimony is complete. I got to hear everything. I can't just say I want witnesses. I really do, but I don't. And then the New York Times, number 25, Trump tied Ukraine aid to inquiries. He sought, Bolton book says. No, Bolton book does not. It is a manuscript. It's a manuscript. It's not a book. A book is hitting the shelf. You have a release date on a book. A book is done. It's gone to the printer. It's got a bind on it. There's a hard copy price. Paperback comes out in a year. There's a book tour set up. But the New York Times says book. Now, you're going to say, well, you're focusing on something. That's kind of like, you're splitting hairs on the book. No, it's a manuscript. Manuscript, I told you earlier, goes to the White House, goes to national security, make sure that it's vetted, that Bolton does not release something that he cannot. Now, it's not just something the president of the United States says Bolton cannot release. It says it's something that we cannot release regardless of who the president is, no matter what. They're going to paint it a certain way. Why did it come out this morning? Why, if the Democrats wanted witnesses and the Democrats wanted firsthand information, this should have dropped within the 24 hours. So the Democrats could have used this to convince you, the American people, that John Bolton should be there. Okay? This is an unnamed source. Nobody knows who this is. This is New York Times. This is like something Comey would do. Damn. Did Patrick Ray out of the FBI going through this send a couple manuscripts? Just say it. Just say it. Where's that at? If I say that, you flash it for 3. There you go. Just say it, bro. Just say it. Just say it, bro. Right? There you go. Back. There you go. I like that. Just you're running this ship, okay? So anyhow, I mean, why is this hitting the fan today? To try to throw or try to change the news cycle? Because what they're doing, and let me get past this, I keep saying that, what they're doing is they're laying and waiting for all the senators to come in. And this morning's news cycle is completely eat up by what? Not that Pat Cipollone and Jay Sekulow and the rest of the president's attorneys will be eviscerating, just shredding Joe Biden, his son, the whistleblower, all of them, Adam Schiff, just shredding them through a machine. Your morning clip is what? You drove to work and you got what? A new reason why. A reason why there should be witnesses. We haven't even heard. We heard 2 hours. The president's team laid out for 2 hours what was coming today, right? And I don't know that the president's team couldn't have said Saturday, I rest my case. Just vote Monday. Why do we have to be here? But they knew they were going to get that 8 hours, and they wanted to beat that. They wanted to kill the narrative this morning. I'm just telling you. And they wanted to switch it that no matter what they say today, it's going to be tough not to call witnesses. All right? Now, witnesses are relevant. Witnesses of source witnesses. I mean, Biden this is not a source witness. So New York Times has a leak, something that maybe Patrick Ray of the FBI would do, no telling, number 27. I mean, there could be a Colonel Vindman working there vetting this. See, it goes to a department. Let me just say this. It goes to a department. Books go to a department. Mr. President, what are you doing this afternoon? Nothing. I'm not doing a damn thing. Well, there's a manuscript coming in from Bolton. You got a chance to look it over? Sure. Send it to me. I will mark it up. That's not how it happens, folks. It's sent to a team that goes through it. A team of editors. And they may know somebody at the New York Times. Just say it. Let's go to 27. All right. Trump tied Ukraine aid. Mr. Bolton also said that after the president's July phone call with the president of Ukraine, he raised with Attorney General William P. Barr his concerns about Mr. Giuliani. Hey, William, get in here. I got concerns with Giuliani. What's going on over here? No, it's not happening, folks. Keep in mind the whole time, this guy's not sworn in. Okay? We're going to get to their statement because if this guy is called, all they will do, they want to call this guy and they want to read these excerpts into the record of the impeachment with him sworn in and Bolton saying, you're going to have to buy the book. Other words, I sent a manuscript to the White House. I can't comment on that. That's all that's going to happen. But they want to read this into. Okay, let's go for another one. Number 28. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo acknowledged privately that there was no basis to claim by the president's lawyer, Rudolph Giuliani, that the ambassador to Ukraine was corrupt. All in the book. Bolton's book says it does not. Look at the evil corruption here. Number 29. He described not only the president's private disparagement, right? Did I get that right? That's great. Of Ukraine, but also new details about senior cabinet officials who have publicly tried to sidestep involvement. Senior cabinet officials. This guy is firsthand. But Hunter Biden's not firsthand. He's just a source. I mean, we need firsthand. We need people that it's relevant. No, you don't need to call Hunter and ask, hey, did you get direct deposit? Was there were your wages ever garnished by the young lady that, you're having my baby? Did you ever have to, did they garnish your wages? Did they write you a check? Where did they mail it to? How many meetings did you go to? Really? Did you attend any of the Burisma ice cream socials? Sidestepped. Number 30. Over dozens of pages. Dozens. Mr. Bolton describes how Ukraine affair unfolded over several months until he departed the White House in September. I got to get out of here. Number 31. And the acting White House Chief of Staff, Mick Mulvaney, was present for at least one phone call where the president and Mr. Giuliani discussed the ambassador, Mr. Bolton wrote. While Mick Mulvaney, he said he was never on the line. He said he was never there. He would step aside. But we find out from an unsubstantiated source, from a manuscript, not a book, that has been leaked in the New York Times, that could be a matter of national security. Who gives a rat? Not under oath, but it's playing out this morning, just in time. They want to sidestep what's really happening. Let me tell you something with this, okay? They keep talking about Ambassador Yovanovitch. Second, until now, we don't know these damn ambassadors. We hear Ambassador Solomon, Ivanovich. We don't know them. We're traveling through life and we don't know any of these damn people. But all of a sudden, everybody knows Yovanovitch. And there's a video. Get her out of there. Tomorrow. Get rid of her. All right? Number 32 reveals reignite calls for witnesses. Number 33, the prosecutors, Adam Schiff and his friends. There can be no doubt now that Mr. Bolton directly contradicted the heart of the president's defense and therefore must be called as a witness at the impeachment trial of Donald Trump. Why didn't they say, damn, how come this couldn't happen last week? So we could have got it in hours. Somebody may have listened to us last week. If we actually came up and said, we've got Bolton, we got him by the mustache, maybe people would have said, hey, we got to have him. Number 34. I never told Bolton that the aid to Ukraine was tied to investigation into Democrats, including the Bidens. In fact, he never complained about this at the time of his very public termination. If John Bolton said this, it was only to sell a book. With that being said, okay. Number 35, everybody's getting, I'm going to go through some headlines. The New York Times, Trump team opening defense, accuses Democrat of plot to subvert election. They want him off the ticket. All right, let me get through this. Here you go. Here's Bolton, CNN. I always have to, you say, well, you got one that says CNN and one that says MSNBC. I always got to run and let you know that MSNBC and CNN are both in on the gig. Number 41. This is the same impeachment manager statement. Dems demand Bolton be called as impeachment witness. New witnesses documented could hinder Trump's defense for quick acquittal. Here we go. We'll get into this. I'm not going to read all the tweets 42. The impeachment trial of Donald Trump at 4:12 a.m. this morning says Bolton only claimed he tied aid to investigators to sell a book. Okay. Here we go. Here's our concerns. Now they're going to run up to the doors of all these senators. And here's what I heard yesterday on the morning shows. We're looking for our John McCain. If we could just find our strong voice, John McCain. Number 43, key GOP senators to watch. I guarantee they chased them all. Bolton team blames New York Times revelation on White House leak. Bolton neither confirms or denies New York Times account. Why Collins? There's Romney, Murkowski, Lamar Alexander, Cory Gardner from Colorado. These are some key figures to watch. All right, 44. This is Bolton's spokesperson. We got both of them, MSNBC. They're all in on it. The draft of the ambassador's book was transmitted to the White House for pre-publication review by the National Security Council. The ambassador has not passed the draft manuscript to anyone, period. Wonder who Schiff knows over at the National Security Council. Wonder who Vindman knows. He's such a patriotic hero. Why, he's an American hero, Colonel Vindman. Wonder if they know anybody over there. Number 45, CNN out of the box, Sirius, 4:11 a.m. Bolton team blames New York Times. There. Number 46. After New York Times reveals Bolton manuscript concerning Ukraine aid to Biden probe, can the Senate Republicans defeat a vote for witnesses? Can they stop witnesses? Number 47, there he is with the mustache. Can they stop the witnesses? Number 48. This is the reason I do this in the morning is because I want to show you this is the minute segments, the minute sound bites that are blowing up across this nation this morning before the 10 a.m. Pat Cipollone, President's chief White House counsel, takes the floor. Okay. They wanted to blow this up today because my understanding is Cipollone and the staff plan to just blow up Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, whistleblower Eric Charmer. I mean, it is going to get ugly today on them. All right. Number 48, new Bolton revelations complicate GOP's plan. Cipollone and them are in the room. Hey, what are we going to do now? What are we going to do now? Just saying. How do we handle this? I want to get off of that because we will see at the end of the day. Let me see if I have anything else in that basket. Yeah, number 63, reporter. What conversations have you had with Lev Parnas and Igor Furman? Have you talked? I don't even know these guys. Now, I'm going to say something here, okay? Because you're not going to... they're playing this video, all right? Number 64, 6 revolutionary moments. Well, there's 6 moments that change everything. From a video of Trump's private donor dinner. Now, I get emails, all right? Let me just lay this out for you because I get tired of this bull crap. All right? I get emails. have lunch with the president. Okay. Now, you know I support my president, but I click on him and I could have lunch with Donald Trump somewhere. All right. He walks in, he sits down. He doesn't truly have lunch. You're eating lunch with a bunch of people. 2 or 3 people step up from the campaign. They talk to you. They tell you how important it is. The president enters, shakes hands around the room, takes some pictures, and makes some comments and walks out. He doesn't sit and have lunch. I mean, you're not salad. You're not saying, I noticed he had a Caesar salad, and he sent back the steak and said, hey, you get me a McRib. That's not happening. Okay, so, and it says, okay, you know, for $15,000 or $25,000. I'm serious. But, you know, that's how campaigns work, period. It's got nothing to do with Donald J. Trump. So I don't attend those lunches. So these guys want to be in an area. They're doing something. I want to see who they're really working for. But so they pay for the private lunch that has the table set up, and you got Don Jr. and you got a couple people talking, right? So Trump is leaving, and somebody has a video camera. You know, Yovanovitch, you know that woman over there in Ukraine? She's talking shit about you. Damn it. She's talking sh** about you. She's just running you down the middle, saying you're going to be impeached. Hey, Mr. President. Okay, get rid of her. Hey, you, get rid of her. Get her out of there tomorrow. Run her off. Get her ass out of there. I know you just paid $20,000 here. Get rid of her. Nobody's talking about, well, there are some, including your host here, but talking about it has been a year. It was a year after that video came out, a year later, that the president of the United States pulled the ripcord out from under, or the rug out from under Yovanovitch a year later. But they have this video of this guy, like, and the president doesn't know everybody in the room. He said, hey, I don't know everybody. Okay. Number 65. Trump appears on audio to demand Yovanovitch ouster without knowing her name. He didn't. Somebody yelled at him. Hey, Mr. President, she's talking about impeaching you. She's having disco parties at the embassy. And it's anti-Trump disco parties. And Trump yells back. You don't care if video's going. He yells back, get rid of her. Get her ass out of there. Hey, you know, get her out of there tomorrow. Nobody is talking about it. It was a year later. Okay? It is just amazing. So you know who had a lot of facial expressions, or which one she could still muster up after the tightening. Number 67. Bolton book, Trump tied Ukraine aid to investigations. Why, look at her. We got him. We got him now. Oh, we got him, baby. Oh, I'm so sorry. I have tried not to do anything in a negative light, okay, where Kobe Bryant's concerned, and I'm not going to, but 68. This is who you call in. You call this piece of garbage in to talk about it. Number 69. Trump denies explosive Bolton claims. Why, they're talking about it this morning. Joe has got it down pat. Now, I'm going to take a break, but before I do this, 2 quick things, okay? Number 71, the boy that would be king. I did not watch his town hall. I did not watch him and Chris Wallace. And I did not watch Chris Wallace Google all over this little boy. I'm not saying that Chris Wallace likes little boys. I didn't say that. It did not come from me. But the boy that would be king, and I guess, because this morning I did not watch at 7, but I guess Deval Patrick is still in the race because he was on Morning Joe. I guess he's still in the race. I guess there is a black candidate on the Democrat side because they said there wasn't a black candidate. Deval Patrick, a BFF, best friends forever, of Obama. Did Michelle win some award last night from being able to read or something? All right. And the boy that would be king, they're trying to get him pumped up. Got to be careful with pumping him up. Just saying. Before Iowa. Now, last night I finished up, and I don't like to do spoiler alerts. But number 76 for those, just say it. Good job. I checked it out on the screen. Just saying, bro, way to go. You did an awesome job out there. Anyhow, I don't know if you watch this show on Netflix, The Ranch. Okay. Don't have time to go into it, but Rooster, the character Rooster, 2 years ago, got caught up in the Me Too thing. Now, I don't know, I'm not going down that road. So Netflix pulled Rooster, the character, from the show 2 seasons ago. And they tried to insert that he died, and they tried to insert all kinds of different spins on where Rooster is, and he's dead, and so forth. Now, Sam Elliott, the lady that plays Abby, I don't know, and the lady that plays the guy that plays Colt, what is his name? Anyhow, I'll get it later. Season 10 was the final season of the show. I watched this whole thing. So Netflix does this show this about 3 years ago, and they kept popping out 3-4 years ago, The Ranch. And, you know, it's Sam Elliott is a Republican and Ronald Reagan, and they chew tobacco and they drink and they spit and they ranchers, and they all have guns, and they have an enormous amount of guns, and they don't care. And, you know, if they're drinking and they got nothing to do, they shoot the beer can off the banister. I'm not joking. I mean, for 4 seasons, this was an amazing show. All right. Deborah Winger's on there. Amazing. I don't want to do a spoiler alert, but if you want to see the left get a hold of a great series and tear it all to hell and run it down and shut down everything conservative about it in the final season, that is The Ranch. So no spoiler. I mean, I'm not going to say anything else. We'll talk about it in a couple of weeks, because you're saying, hey, I didn't binge watch it. But, you know, I did. Saturday and Sunday, we binge watched it because they're 30-minute episodes. There are only 10 of them. Finished it up last night. I am very disappointed, very sad, but this is an example. Watch this on what Netflix when the Netflix will let the left tear something all to pieces, a good thing, and end it the way they did The Ranch. I'm going to take a brief break. We'll be right back after this, okay? And we're not going to wrap up the show, but we're going to go in a couple different directions. Take a break.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead.
Kick off 2020 with huge savings at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, like a new 2020 Chevy Colorado, now discounted up to $6,300. Or get a new 2020 Equinox, now discounted up to $8,400. The selection is big, and the savings are huge on every car, truck, and SUV during the 2020 kickoff sale at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hey, baby, we are back. I'm your host, BKP. ABBA, Waterloo. Waterloo. I know you're at home saying, please don't do that again. Please don't do that again. It's the 70s, baby. All right, folks, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. There are all the ways you can follow us on social media, and our phone number, and our email address, and there you go. Okay, so brace yourself, because if you think I'm not being mean to the viewers, I'm not, I promise. If you think they are impeaching the President of the United States today, and this has anything to do about a phone call between President Vladimir Zelensky of Ukraine and President Donald Trump and over foreign aid. Now, sources tell me 3 of the impeachment managers, floor managers, I think there's some articles that say they voted against the Ukrainian aid. So I don't know. But I don't like to come out and say you're totally wrong. I don't like that. It's not my goal to be ugly and say you're totally wrong. But something took place last Thursday. Now, some out there will say that he only did this because for political reasons. He needs the evangelicals more than ever, and he's not pro-life, but he is just playing to the crowd. So number 51, if you think today when Pat Cipollone starts ripping Joe Biden a new one and Hunter a new one, if the impeachment is about that, you're totally wrong. Okay, look up in the peanut gallery for John Roberts, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States. Look there. Look at what is in front of the Supreme Court. Well, that's not everything. Whoa, slow your roll, player. If you got some time, research the judges, research the circuit, research the federal benches, research what is in front of the Supreme Court today and what will be in front of the Supreme Court. Research it. Take some time. I just want to sip of my coffee. It's the end of the world. So take your time. So Thursday, number 51, President Trump, every life brings love into the world and every person is worth protecting. Ralph Northam in Virginia does not believe that. The state of New York does not believe that, where they will chop up, I know you don't like it, they'll dismember a child coming through the delivery canal. I got to get this all wrong because so I can get yelled at. If we can't get them out, we'll chop them up. I know you didn't like that, but it's true. Take some time and research. They didn't like what the president had to say. Number 52, President Trump. I called on Congress to pass legislation prohibiting late-term abortion. Folks, in the third trimester, I don't want to get into the conception, heartbeat, 8 weeks. I don't want to get into any of the arguments, okay? But in the third trimester, obviously pain, obviously everything's developed to where when you're ripping the limbs off to remove the baby, not a fetus, it is painful. This undelivered child is crying. I'm serious. Oh no, it ain't about no damn Ukraine. Well, that folk out with Ukraine. It's a matter of national security. No, damn it, it's a matter of saving lives. It's a matter of the Supreme Court. It's a matter of not just giving crazy ass 1 and 1.5% of the population control over our lives to live our freedoms. Okay. Period. Number 53. Democrats have embraced the most extreme positions on abortion. The president said Thursday. What happened to Virginia? I mean, he said, we love you there. Okay. I'm with him. Guys, I'm going to tell you the short story. The short story is, we grew up in New Jersey, right? So we had to go over the river and through the woods to get to grandmother's house. And that called for the top wind. We drove through that damn Virginia as a kid. I thought Virginia was like 17,000 miles long because we would come in at the top of Winchester, Virginia, right out of West Virginia, Winchester, Virginia, and travel that sucker 81 all the way down to Bristol, Virginia, and then cross into Tennessee. Son, I remember Virginia. I remember Virginia as a child. I remember Virginia State Trooper pulling my dad over in the wee hours in the morning. Son, you in a hurry to get somewhere? Just saying. Just saying. I got to tell that story one day. I remember. Okay. So, anyhow, President Trump says, what happened, Virginia? I love you. What happened? He brings up Ralph Northam, okay? The governor of Virginia. Hey, he wants to kill him. So anyhow, most extreme positions. In fact, after the baby's born. So number 54, okay? President Trump, Democrats have embraced the most extreme position on abortion. Okay, number 54. Number 55. This one gets me. Now, do I think that Trump needed this to energize the evangelical base. You ever hear the old expression win-win? Win-win. This was a win-win for Trump. Okay? I believe he's sincere. The media, they say, oh, he was pro-choice. I'm going to tell you, I believe he's sincere. Number 54. Is that what I have up? Yeah. To shut down faith-based charities. They want faith-based charities finished off, okay? Catholic charities, they want faith-based adoptions. Now, I'm going to bring one up. I want you to research, okay? I want you to research Hepzibah Wesleyan Women's Center in Macon, Georgia. Zebulon, okay? Zebulon Road, Macon, Georgia. So I want you to look up Macon, Georgia, Hepzibah Children's Home and Women's Facility in Macon, Georgia. Wesleyan. Now, I know this all too well because for the past, I'm going to say for 30 years, my family, myself, all of us have participated. We have participated in building a boys' home. Now, they will build a home. They get enough money, and you don't like orphanage, but it's a boys' home and facility, and it will sleep eight boys. Kitchen, everything, 8 or 16, I don't know. But then we built a girls, a boys, a girls, boys. We built a gymnasium. We built an expecting mother facility. Look it all up. Democrats want to shut down faith-based charities. Okay, I know this all too well. Number 56, President Trump, we are preserving faith-based adoptions. Okay? Faith-based adoptions. Now, let's stop there for a quick minute. Let's go to number 1. Number 1, Tennessee passes law allowing agencies to deny, I don't like the word deny, LGBT adoption applications because of religious objections. Okay. Now, that being said, let me get that one up here. That would be for Fox News. Tennessee passes, and this was put out 18 hours ago. This is not 3 years ago. This is 18 hours ago. So Governor Brian Kemp of Georgia, I want you to listen to this, okay? The governor of Tennessee, Bill Lee, I think his name, signed a controversial law Friday. Now, Thursday, all right, we've got this. Go back to Trump, the last one I had, I don't know, faith-based adoptions. There we go, faith-based adoptions. This is Thursday. Go to the headline Friday. Now go back to Thursday. The governor of Tennessee signed a controversial law Friday that allows adoption agencies within the state to refuse to place children in homes that violate the agency's written religious or moral convictions or policies. So what does this mean? This is already headed to the Supreme Court. Already headed to the Supreme Court, period. Okay? The measure signed by Republican Governor Bill Lee was widely condemned by members of the LGBTQ community for providing legal protections to agencies that reject foster care or adoption applications from same-sex homes. It also prohibits the state from denying agency licenses or grants for public funding because they have religious objection to placing children in certain homes. Now, the majority, okay, the majority of Americans, and I don't mean this is one of those 51.8% polled. I'm going to say 85. I'm going to go 85. I'm going to leave 15%, which I don't think is even out there. 85% of Americans believe that a child should be raised in a home, a traditional home, with a mom and a dad. Now, the LGBTQ community, QF for Flamers, they will argue, well, wait a minute. We see mom and dads, your traditional mom and dads, raising children where dad's alcoholic and mom is drugs and they burn the children with a cigarette. I got it. So would you not rather have them, second part of the question, in a loving home with two parents, regardless their sexual orientation? No. 85%. But they want to lead you to believe that that America wants that. We have to protect our rights, okay? And it does not deny. A state can have as many adoption agencies that apply for a license that will, it does not prohibit, that will adopt children to same-sex couples. Headed to the Supreme Court. If you think that a phone call between Zelensky and Trump is why he's getting impeached, you've lost your damn mind. Hell no. All right, I got to get past this. I got a couple other things to do. Boom, boom, boom. Where was that? Where was I at on that? So that is number 59. I need 59. I notify Congress that I would veto every legislation that weakens pro-life protections. Okay. Number 60, we have taken action to protect religious liberty in the U.S. and around the world. So I understand there's a Delta flight, I probably shouldn't say Delta, an airliner leaving for Iran loaded with women to protest over there, right? Or protest anywhere in the world about women's rights and religious liberty and your faith. Anyhow, so let me just say that, leave that up there for a minute. I believe Trump's sincere. I believe he was pro-choice. I believe there was a time that he was growing up and he had kids and he had all the kids he wanted. And, and he just said to himself, hey, I'm a playboy. I should not be a playboy. I'm married, but I am. All right. Hey, you guys all coming through my office, you're pro-choice. All right, I need permits. Okay, I'm pro-choice, whatever you need me to be. I'll be whatever. I just need a permit so I can keep going with the plumbing over on the avenue. And so, yes, pro-choice, blah, blah, blah. And then, see, there's some things that happen in somebody's life, okay? You have children. That happens. Your children become old enough to go to war. That happens. And then you have grandchildren. Okay? There are several pivotal points in a person's life where some things settle in and you adjust your belief system and you don't look at everything the same way. And do I believe President Trump is pro-life and sincere? I absolutely, I'm going to look at the camera and say Donald Trump is pro-life. And I'll tell you why I know he's pro-life. He had, my joke, those little Jewish grandkids, but he has grandkids. And those grandkids come up around the desk and whatever they call him, Papa Up or whatever they call him. The Don. Call him the Don. You know, we called him the Don. You have whatever. And he can't look at those kids. And he couldn't look at those kids being born and think that there's not a God that created those kids. I believe that. So don't think for 1 minute. Look at what happened in Tennessee. It's going to the Supreme Court. That's what we need. Look in the peanut gallery of John Roberts today and don't think for 1 minute any argument you hear today is about a phone call and why they want rid of Donald Trump. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be back right after these messages to wrap up the show because I do have some local stuff you're going to enjoy. Even if you're national, you're going to love some of the local stuff I have coming up. Take a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, one nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hey, folks, I'm back. Hey now. Isn't that what Howard does? I don't want Howard to get wind that I do that. I don't know if he has that like patented or whatever you do, whatever you do with the government. Hey now, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, a couple things, at this time, this is the time of the show you really don't want to miss. And I will tell you why, because You know, there's a side that says, can we just not, let's go to number 5, Kelly Loeffler, our senator here in Georgia. And this is my favorite picture because it's got that nice little glare of Ralston looking at her. I mean, I'm not going to read into the picture, but I'm not seeing the applause. So Kelly Loeffler, our senator, you think to yourself, can you not spend enough money, saturate every possible media, except for ours? I mean, they bypassed us, and I know why. We're in the 9th district, and they miss. I have an opinion show, and Fetcher News is a news network, and they will, what does the president say, pay a price? I didn't say that. I'm not saying that, but anyhow, so she has spent like $2.5 million on advertising. It's time to get to work. It's time to get to work. Just saying. So I love this story because the other night, and it's kind of simple. So last Thursday night, I go over to Dahlonega. And Dahlonega, the Lumpkin County, which is in the 9th district, they have and I probably told the story, but they have a state of the county and city, which is Dahlonega address. And FYN TV, we broadcast that live over there. And right before it started, this young man stepped up and he says, hey, I am with our new Senator Kelly Loeffler, and I am your field representative. This is what he said, okay? I'm your field representative for the senator. If you need anything or you need me to get something to the senator, you contact me, okay? This is last Thursday, all right? Now, all of these ad buys have gone out, all right? All of them have gone out. They have made the commercial. They have put the ad buys in place. They picked the dates. They had time to set their priorities. But see, there was 100 people in that room over there in Lumpkin County the other night in Dahlonega, about 100 citizens, the regular folk, the you and I, regular folk. And they're the folk that they're senior citizens. They like to walk up and say, you know, I'm having a problem with my Social Security. I'm having a problem with this. And they tell me this, this, and this. And that's what our representatives and senators have really been sent to Washington to do, is to work for us. And you know, but they're busy, her handlers. Now, don't forget, she has handlers, period. She has not commented other than her commercial, or I call it her 6 lines of defense. You know, build a wall, pro-life, pro-Trump, pro-this, illegal immigration. No, it's bad, 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 good, good. Who wrote that for you? I have no idea. And also, and I'm not knocking her, I just want her to, you know, be on my show. Call me up. She can come in and sit down. Okay. Then she shows up unannounced at GOP Saturday morning events. I got to move on. I got 15 minutes, right? And that way, the media doesn't know where she's going to be, so they can't be there to ask her certain questions. She has done some canned interviews. Very canned, stay on focus. Her handlers will not let her do anything that the person doing the interview has not agreed to, you know, in advance. So that being said, so this guy over there, he says, hey, if you need me, so I'm wrapping up. And on the front of my table is a stack of business cards, and they're blank on the back. And I'm over here winding up an extension cord. I'm a regular guy, I do my own damn stunts, you know? So I'm wrapping up my extension cord, and I'm looking over at my table, and he has one of my business cards, and he's writing on the back of it, okay? And I look at him as I get closer. I said, do you need another card or two, you know, you could take? It has my name and number. No, I'm good. Okay. Now, this is Kelly Loeffler's field rep for Lumpkin County and North Georgia. This is what she's going to be thinking of you and I in the 9th district. So I said to him, I said, do you need? No. Then he turned and handed my card to these 2 senior citizens with his name and number, and he's explaining how to get in touch with him. And I looked at him, he said, oh, they have not gotten my new cards in yet. Last Thursday, folks. And I looked at him and said, so they have set up millions of dollars of campaign commercials and can't hit Vistaprint or something, you know, for 24 hours to get you some cards? Just saying. Just saying. Just saying, bro. Just saying. That's it. So anyhow, that took place. So jungle primary. I got to do this really quick. Okay, here is number 4, HB 757, right? This is going to get debated today and going to be on the floor maybe tomorrow for a vote. What will it do? It may end jungle primaries. What does that mean? This bill may turn no more jungle primary, meaning everybody puts their name in the hat. Democrat, Republican, and you run. It may call for a Republican primary and a Democrat. It may call for a party primary and then the general election. If this thing gets the traction and gets bipartisan support, what will the governor do? Because now what you may be misrepresented and led to believe is that you have to wait for session to end. Any piece of legislation under the Gold Dome that passes 2 chambers can go to the governor's desk pronto, right now. I mean, they can carry it over faster than impeachment papers to the Senate. And the governor can get out the pens and have a ceremony. There's no time. It could go now. The news, tomorrow's Tuesday, the news by the end of the week could be what will Kemp do with this bill on his desk. It may be up to him to decide immediately, are you going to go through with the jungle primary because you're protecting who? Number 5? Right? Because I'll tell you what, I know she's paying attention to it from her corporate jet, right? But let me tell you who's not paying attention from the corporate jet. And that is number 7, Doug Collins. So I will end on this little note. Between the budget, between this right here, HB 757, that gets debated today at 3, and you can watch it live. Go to the House of Representatives and you can watch it live today, the debate on this at 3 o'clock. And then last but not least, okay, last but not least, boom, Collins will be watching this. It'll be debated. The earth will shake, budget. And how about this, number 2? This cracks me up, okay, because this is actually what the media in Atlanta is playing over HB 757. They don't want to talk about HB 757. They don't want to. They're very quiet on it. But let's leave that up there for a minute. Georgia Democrat lawmaker seeks to end hair discrimination. Most always makes headline. An adult or child is told their hair is inappropriate for work, school, and asked to make change or leave. Often the person is black and wearing their natural hair naturally or in braids or in locks. Dreads. Legislation filed last week would make it illegal in Georgia for schools or businesses to practice what they're calling hair-based discrimination. Just saying, man. Just saying. I don't know what to do, bro. I am just saying. All right, let's roll through the credits. Now, and we're going to do this, we're going to get this immediately. So if you're there locally, all right, if you are the chairman of a county, okay, and you acknowledge somebody, you have just made news. So give me number 13. I'll say this quickly. Number 13, Rob Jones is the commission chair in Pickens County, all right? And this is his Facebook page. To my fellow citizens, recently a self-proclaimed political candidate who is not qualified for the election made an open records request regarding county budget documents, including a government credit card, and posted them on Facebook. Unfortunately, he selectively presented the documents, okay, to insinuate an abuse of taxpayers' fund and unethical conduct. So the self-proclaimed is David Schaus, okay? So David Schaus, which he picked up, okay? Let's go to number 10. Schaus for Pickens County Chairman. I told the citizens I don't play like the rest of the politicians. Rob Jones, is deleting the citizens' comments. By the way, Tucker Green is running his site. Here is the response. Rob claims I have not qualified. This shows his ignorance, as nobody has included him. Let me say this. I'm going to get into this one because nobody has qualified. You register yourself with the state. You send an intent to run. This allows you to collect money and spend money because you have to report it. Because if you collect money in a political campaign and you turn around and spend the money you collect from others, it has to be transparent. So we will get deeper into that tomorrow, but their back and forth has started. All right. I'm going to go away from two of them, but I want to show this. Number 14, you can do it yourself. Mr. Schaus has put, and he has done an enormous amount of open records, and he has put these on his Facebook for you to find for himself. And, and he's got Longhorn Steakhouse, $78.50. Let's see, he got on there's dozens. He's got Two Brothers Barbecue, the Carriage House, Captain D's. This is a Carriage House, The Last Catch. Okay, that was $80. Longhorn, Fats Cafe, the Carriage House, the Lunchbox, the Carriage House. He likes to go to the Carriage House. Longhorns. The bottom line is he has posted 15 of these online. So I am not carrying here, FetcherNews.com. Let me be clear. How does this make news? When Chairman Rob Jones acknowledged all this, he turned it into news. So we'll be digging a little deeper in that, and we'll be inviting Mr. Schaus to be on the show. Okay, I got 6 minutes. What do I have to do here? Okay, I just saying, man. I'm just saying, bro. I mean, why? Don't be getting all up in my grill. I'm just saying, I did not bring this up. So let's see. Let's go through the pictures of the day. If you will send me the money, which you won't, which I won't, which we won't, probably. But I would love to be in the audience to yell things, okay? Number 72, Joe and Minka will be in Manchester. They'll be live in Manchester. Get your tickets February 10th, 11th, and 12th. We will be hosting our Go After the President. These are despicable people. Number 71, it looks like Patrick Duvall is still in the race. Number 70, they will be in Des Moines, Iowa, Monday, February 3rd at 6 a.m. All right. Let's see what else I have here. Make sure I didn't miss anything that I wanted to cover today. Bada bing, bada boom. There's the president. Stay with me. Stay with me. I'm rolling through last pictures, making sure the 75, a couple. Number 50, Bernie. Bernie had a heart attack. This old Jew, I got to tell you, he's a socialist. I will not vote for this Jew. I'm not advocating voting for this Jew. It could be dangerous. But I like his chutzpah. Bernie's got a chutzpah. Bernie Sanders surging in the 2020 Democrat rival candidates, calling his electability into question. So I'm about 22 years old, right? And I'm sitting in a Hasidic Jewish home in the kitchen. And I'm sitting there with a Jewish man. He's got his hat and his this and that and all that. And he's looking at me and he says, you know what I like about you, young man? What? You have chutzpah. I like it. You have 22. What the hell do I have? Do I have a disease? What the hell did you just say to me? So I got clarification that day before I left because I could not go out to the truck and Google it. It was 1980 something. But he said I had chutzpah. All right. Let's see here. We know Bolton is, we know all that. We know the Republicans. we talked to you. Listen, let me go here. Number 40, 15 cities on lockdown. The coronavirus, I'm not going to take it lightly, but I will tell you this. Dr. William Whaley Friday did a very good segment. So if you'll go to Fetcher News, FYN TV, and pull up Ask the Doc, you will see Dr. Whaley's segment on the coronavirus. He will watch it this week, and he will bring you an update Friday morning. Number 30, Democrats race heat up in Iowa caucus. 3 contenders get big endorsements. I do not understand newspaper endorsements. I do not. Don't understand them. We are not allowed to endorse a candidate here. Running right along. New polling data out. Let me get to it because that'll probably end the show. Number 21, a NBC Marist poll in New Hampshire. Bernie's up 22 over the boy that would be King, 17, and then Joe's all the way down to 14. Now, Bernie wins Iowa and New Hampshire. Is it over, or all the brothers and sisters in South Carolina waiting for the old Jew that just had a heart attack to get there so they can vote for him? Or are they waiting for Joe to get there? Does South Carolina turn the table? We'll see. New Hampshire, number 20. Here's a CNN poll, which has Bernie 25, Biden 16. I mean, it's all over the board. All right, number 18. This is in Iowa. Bernie looks to be leading in Iowa. He's up 6. It's like a horse race around a turn. And here comes the old Jew. And yes, he's had a heart attack, not a pacemaker, just a heart attack. And the old Jew's bringing up. And right behind him is the boy king, and the love rubbing your shoulders, horse 3, and the Pocahontas 4. And Amy, it's just Amy. Okay, let's see, 17, 2020 Democrats, the YouGov poll, Bernie is kicking ass there too. Okay. Number 15, Bernie says we need a strong vote turnout to beat the establishment. Bernie's yelling Democratic establishment. Interesting. Okay, let's see what else I have if I've missed anything. Okay, so, hey, look at this one, right? This is, what's his name? Jeffrey Tobin, number 3. Look at the guy to the left of him and tell me who it is. Southern District of New York. I wonder who Barbaro, whatever his name is. Did Trump fire him? Southern District of New York and replace him? Is that where Trump's trouble's coming out of? Southern District of New York? Just say it. You know how I get with my just say it. All right, so I'm going to wrap up this. Number 6, I will be in Atlanta tomorrow. I don't know at the Gold Dome. It's getting too heated for me to just stick right here in the studio. I'm not for sure how I'm doing the show. Not for sure what I will be doing tomorrow, but it will happen. I promise. So you come back here. I will be there. I don't know what the hell's going on. Follow us on social media, but I want to tell you tomorrow night, I recommend you don't miss Doug. I never highlight Sean to the point where I'm begging you to watch. I'm just saying, I understand Congressman Collins will be on Sean Hannity tomorrow night, and I recommend you watch. I'm your host, BKP. Can't wait to get back tomorrow. I have some big meetings today. I may have some big announcements tomorrow. You never know. There's always a reason to tune in. All right, let's get out of here. Mañana.